My name is Allan, Luala. I am part of Urban Shrooms. We are a small company that does oyster mushrooms to begin with. So we began this early 2016. We were both, actually, the whole group of us were in campus together, and we cleared campus a while back. And you know how it happens: clear campus, and there are no jobs. So we sat down and thought, what could we do together and help us generate some income and also be beneficial to the community. So we decided to do mushrooms. We had a couple of ideas, some of which we tried and failed, but the mushrooms are the ones that stuck. So we've been growing the mushrooms since February this year, and this is our first harvest. And it's been, let's say, a bumpy ride. It's not been all flowers, because when we began, we thought it's going to be very simple to grow the mushrooms like any other thing. So we realized, excuse me, even the mode of growing the mushrooms is different as compared to other stuff. We grow them in bags. We use wheat straw. So we have the substrate, which is mixed with the wheat straw, and there's a whole incubation process which takes about 4 to 6 weeks. So this way they are sealed, and they don't need any nutrients, because all the nutrients they find in the wheat straw. So after the 4 to 6 weeks, they start, we call it pinning. Once it pins, now that's when it means starts bringing up the leaves. So you give the leaves a certain, maybe about a day, because they grow very exponentially. In the morning you find small pins, in the evening you find a big leaf. And at times we also find something called overgrowth. Overgrowth is when the leaf grows beyond its size. And when it grows beyond its size, it's not nutritious enough. Yeah, so there's a specific size. As you can see, there are different, very small sizes. That's the most nutritious size. Okay, mushrooms are known as superfoods. One leaf of mushroom contains all the nutrients, proteins, carbohydrates, and vitamins. And one thing you should know about, like, a leaf of mushroom contains more protein than a chicken breast. Yeah, so you get as much protein from very little. Also, it has this minerals, zinc, selenium. For men, zinc is very good when it comes to that other side. And selenium is also good for building their bones and such and such. Now, for example, as you can see, we have fresh and dried. So for the fresh, they also have their nutrients. It's purely nutritious, but with the dried, an added value is that it has a very high vitamin D content. The vitamin D you find in dried mushrooms are much more that you find in the human body, and the human body creates vitamin D because this is sun-dried, so it absorbs all the vitamin D from the sun and then packs them into the dried mushroom. So another mode of value addition is we can also make some powder out of it, and the powder is used majorly to make soups. We see some mothers mix it in the uchi mix and make porridge for the kids.
Used in making cakes.
There are lots and lots of challenges. Actually, it's been a learning process for us because, as I said, in the beginning we just thought it was going to be a simple thing, but a bumpy ride from the beginning. One is as they grow, if you don't have the right substrate, you don't have the right wheat straw, it might not even colonize the bark. Okay? So at that time it doesn't grow at all, and it's a very huge investment for very to get wherever it is. Another thing is once they've grown, now you started getting the leaves. There is the way you water them, depending on the weather. If you put too much water, they become soggy, and by them becoming soggy, at times it becomes even like mucus. So because you put too much water, if you put very little water, it doesn't grow. Also, we have some insects. These insects look like flies. They have a certain name, I just forgot the name. They have some flies which come in and they lay the eggs inside the mushrooms. So you see most of the time people buy the oyster mushrooms and check the back at the gills to find if there are any eggs or only the larva. The larva is very colorless and they absorb the water. So when you put too much water, they come in to drink the water. Also, we have some small beetles, very small black beetles. They also come in to eat the leaves. Another thing is with the rats. Rats love this. We have snails and many other things. A wise man once told us that ninyi vijana pesa iko kwa mchanga, which loosely translates that the money is in the soil. So we as the youth, we'd like to get the blue and white collar jobs and forget that the manual jobs are actually really pay. And not only about the pay. I'll talk about the mushrooms even from the plants themselves, because these are people from the different backgrounds, different countries, and they do different stuff with them. I never knew that you could roast oyster mushrooms, but I learned that from there. And this has helped us also grow to other markets. Yeah, we also have the hub, we also go to Westlands and many other places. Okay, my advice to anybody who wants to do mushrooms, whatever kind of mushrooms, is that you have a lot of patience and diligence, because it's a tough job, and the diligence comes in how much effort you're going to put into it. Because most people give up when maybe it doesn't grow, or maybe like right now during the cold season, they hardly pin because they lack some warmth. Yeah, so most people wouldn't know what to do. So you have to be very diligent, do your research on the internet, maybe join associations with different farmers who grow mushrooms and other things, and that way you'll learn a lot. Yeah. To the young people, it is a big investment. That I won't lie, it is a big investment. We had to invest up to 200,000. Yeah, and it pays the 200 because for the 200,000, maybe in the first 1 month you'll have recovered. If all goes well, you'll have recovered 200,000, and you can harvest for as long as 1 year. If you have very good seed, you can harvest for as long as the shortest time is about 5 months. So you can imagine you get a million, and if it's in 1 year, you get about maybe 2 million or something this way. Yeah, because as time goes by, the production goes through. The market is very, very good, because most of us grew up with such things, but at that time they were growing widely. Yeah, so most of the people know about this mushroom, but they don't know where to get them. Yeah, like when we began, we were afraid of the market. We didn't know if our mushrooms are going to sell. But nowadays we even surpass. At times we get orders for 30, 50 kgs and you only have 10 kgs. Yeah. So that's how we've incorporated with other farmers. So we also source from other farmers who specifically grow organic mushrooms. They don't buy any other but organic mushrooms. The incubation period for oyster mushrooms is a little bit shorter. It takes 4 to 6 weeks. Button mushrooms takes about twice that time. Shiitake mushrooms takes about 4 times that time. Yeah. Another thing is that most of all the other mushroom farmers do button mushrooms for their own reasons, because it's an easier sell to hotels and so on and so forth. But for us, we wanted this to, our main target market was the retail users. Yeah, we didn't want to take it to the wholesale hotels and wanted to sell to mushrooms. A good day would get at least 20 kgs. Yeah, on a bad day. So what we do, for example, if we have a surplus, that's how we dry them. Yeah. For example, it comes to the market today and we sell, we'll have maybe a remainder. If we don't get market by tomorrow, because they're very perishable, the fresh mushrooms are very perishable, they take at least 3 or 4 days. So we dry whatever we have and now have it also. And the good thing about the dried is a little bit more expensive, because, for example, if I get the fresh, it will take about 2 kgs of fresh to give me 500 grams of dried. It is doing very, very well. The only problem is now the weather. The weather right now, as you know, the weather has changed quite drastically. It wasn't expected. So this cold weather calls for more investment, because we have to buy a heater and also have to regulate the heat. We have to regulate how much water we give them. Yeah.
Production. Okay, Kenya produces 400 tons, and we need around a million tons of mushroom. Yeah, not a million, 1,000 tons. So you see, the competition is a bit low. You see,
There's too much demand.
There's